Hey y'all, it is Heather with Jumping Spiders USA. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Jumping Spiders USA. And before we get started today, why don't you go ahead and give this video a like and comment and subscribe, and then click the little bell so you get notifications for all upcoming content. Also, you can find the complete care guide that I wrote for free at jumpingspidersusa.com. So today, what are we going to talk about? I think it's going to be kind of a short video, and I'm just going to talk about my approach to spidering. So I've alluded to this in the care guide and in some of my other videos. And, number one rule of jumping spider ownership is, try not to worry. They know what they're doing. They're wild creatures, even if they are captive bred. They haven't been bred that many times or that long to breed out their wild instincts, so they know what they're doing. So my approach, and we get a lot of questions over on the group, which is great. I love questions. I personally can't answer all of them anymore because we're now up to like almost 28,000 in the group. And so I can't always answer them personally. But there are lots of group experts and moderators and other people in there that are super helpful and just come along and help newbies. So I super love that about the group. So my approach, just in general, I have such a bad itch right now under my nose, and I've been trying so hard not to scratch it because I don't want to edit my video. But guys, it just has to happen. Oh my God. Okay, now that has been done. So my approach to spidering, and the questions, some of the questions from newbies that we get are things like, should I water in the morning? Should I give them water in the afternoon? When should I feed? Morning, noon, night, things like that. And I think sometimes I don't always explicitly say those things when I make those kinds of videos, just because for those things, I don't think it super matters. Like my approach, I try to think about their little spider lives. Like, what would they be doing in the wild? And I saw somebody in the group say, when somebody else asked, when should I give water? They were like, well, I try to do it in the morning to mimic dew so that the spiders can like expect that from like their wild lives. And I was like, that makes sense. I like it. I like that response. And so I think a lot of times I try to do things like that too. I try to think about what their natural lives out in the wild would be like, and I try to mimic that whenever I can. And I also try to think about like things about my own life. It's like, I feel like crap in the winter with artificial light. And I love the summer, and I love when it's hot, which is not to say that your spiders will not be fine under like just lights, regular lamps, things like that. But I also try to always open my curtains. I have blackout curtains because I like it dark to sleep. So I try to open up my curtains and remember to open them up during the day so some natural light comes in. I don't put them in front of the window, in front, like direct in sunlight, because I've made videos about that before where that's like putting an ant under a magnifying glass and your spider will die of heat stroke. So don't put them in direct sunlight, but making sure sun comes in, things like that. As far as and also it doesn't matter. Like, I've given water at night, and they'll if they want it, they come down and get it if I forgot to do it earlier in the day. Or same with feeding. It depends what you're gonna feed. Like, for example, I probably wouldn't leave a cricket in there overnight, but like a waxworm, I looked in on my spiders last night and I was like, this one looks like it could be fed. So I just dropped in a waxworm last night, and they didn't eat it. He didn't eat it last night, because I still saw it there this morning. But sometimes they do. Sometimes I feed at night, and sometimes they eat. So a lot of those types of things, it doesn't, there are no hard and fast rules, and there's not like a best way to do things. And so it's like basically whatever works with you and your spiders. Like if you notice when they're most active, maybe that's when you should feed them or give them water, things like that. And a lot of times, sometimes people worry about like giving them water and they're like, oh, they just stay in their hammock all the time and I missed, and then they don't come out. And it's like, they know the water is there. I promise you. Like they have a sense for it. They know when the water is there, and if they want to come out, they'll get it. So, I guess overall, what is my point today? My point is try not to worry. And also, um, you can't, I mean, you can mess this up. You definitely can mess this up. But, like, it's pretty hard to mess it up. And a lot of things don't matter as long as you make sure they have, like, food and water and shelter and, you know, light because they're diurnal and things like that. Like, they're happy and easy to rear. So I think that is my approach to spidering and what I wanted to get across today. So let me know down in the comments, like, how are you doing? How are your spiders doing? Like, what is your approach? Like, what do you think about all this? Also, be sure to find us on Facebook if you're not over there. Facebook.com/group/Jumping Spiders USA. And as always, that care guide, jumpingspidersusa.com. Let me know if you need anything. I'll see y'all next time.